This is Tanks Vlog, July 12th, 2018, wrapping up the day in sports. Oh, what a day. What a day. Wednesday was. I finally got a chance to visit the House of Stew, the finer estate out in Farmingdale, Long Island. We had a great time all day from beginning to end. Got some great hot dogs. I mean, in my apartment that I live in, I can't grill. And it sucks. I miss the taste of a nice hot dog on the grill, and these hot dogs he had were really good. They were really good hot dogs. Solidly cooked. And I like them. I like when you cook them on a barbecue grill, get a little, not too black, but just blackened enough to you just, So anyway, we had the hot dogs, and then we waited to go in the pool. We wanted to wait to go to the pool to see the World Cup semi-final, and what we got was probably the best game of the tournament. And this was, of course, England and Croatia. England got on the board first, but they just couldn't get that equalizer. They couldn't extend the lead, and they were off target. They just couldn't get enough shots on goal. They controlled the action, but they just couldn't get enough good shots. They were off target, and eventually Croatia rallied to tie the game. And then they beat, and this has been their pattern. Croatia fell behind against Denmark, came back, won in penalty kicks. Croatia fell behind against Russia, came back and won in penalty kicks. Why is this thing blurring all the time? There it is. So, once again, Croatia found itself in extra time, but this time did not even need to get to the shootout, as they stunned England 2-1, and are now going to face France in Sunday's final. I think this is just going to be a blowout. I think France is going to just crush Croatia. Croatia, by the way, is the second smallest nation ever to make the World Cup final, behind Uruguay, who was the initial finalist and won in 1930 and 1950 World Cup. Uruguay actually was the host nation in 1930 when the World Cup finally started off. And nations were smaller back then, and they also won 1950 when the World Cup restarted after World War II, mind you. And Croatia is, of course, one of many nations that got torn apart after the fall of the Eastern Bloc, and Yugoslavia got sliced and diced in many directions. So Croatia, we'll see if they could pull it home, bring it home. So finally get in the pool. Oh, that felt so good to get into a pool. I actually could move in that damn pool. I mean, it felt good. It just felt really good getting in there for like 20 minutes. And then after that, it was off to see the Mets. And as fortune would so have it, we didn't get to see Drew Gagnon. No Chris Flexen. No Corey Oswalt. We saw the man pitch. And the man I'm talking about is Jacob deGrom. I mean, what more can you say about Jacob deGrom? Please don't trade him. Please don't trade him. This is the guy you build around. I finally come to that conclusion. I just don't want him traded. I mean, unless they get the type of prospect that will instantly make you credible and better. Unless you get Gleyber Torres, you can't do it. You just can't do it. I mean, it's just he grits even when he doesn't have his best stuff. He grits through games. He just everything you want professionally in a baseball player. I know he's not happy that he's not getting these wins. I know he's not. But damn. He just does everything possible. And in a night, the Mets offense was awful, anemic, atrocious, horrendous, embarrassing. Jacob deGrom did what he had to do, and that was hang a 0 on the scoreboard. Familia pitched to ninth. Gazelman pitched to 10th. And our idiot manager, got away with just inexcusable mistake. Ninth inning, he has to pinch hit for deGrom. So he calls upon Asdrubal Cabrera, who was given a night off, which left us Dom Smith. Oh, Dom Smith, you stink. You stink at everything, man. You are a terrible baseball player. You're never going to be good. You are horrible. With 1 RBI in 66 at-bats. Oh, my God. That was our cleanup hitter today. That tells you how bad the Mets lineup was. So, Cabrera pinch hits, ends up getting intentionally walked after Rosario steals second. And then, of course, Michael Conforto grounds right into that damn shift. So, knowing that Gazelman's coming into 10th inning, he doesn't change anything. He doesn't double switch. This moron, this idiot manager, Gazelman's a pitcher that even though he's struggled, he could go 2 innings. And knowing how crappy most of the Mets bullpen is, who was going to come in next? Anthony Swarzak? If the Mets didn't win? Was it going to be Jerry Blevins? There are no good options in the bullpen. I mean, Gazelman has been struggling as of late. He was good early. Lugo's good sometimes, most of the time. But Swarzak is a dumpster fire. I don't understand how he doesn't keep Cabrera in the game, move Wilmer to first base, and put Gazelman in the 4th hole because Dom Smith made the last out in the 9th inning. That's managing 101, and he fails. But as luck would have it, Ahmed Rosario laces a 2-out double. And Jose Reyes actually showed plate discipline. He walked. So now we have to pinch hit for Gazelman, and Brandon Nimmo, who was also given a day off, hit the 3-run homer. Now, I actually have confidence Asdrubal Cabrera gets the hit there. So I'm not saying so he got a little lucky today. I mean, just imagine if it wasn't Nimmo, if it was Luis Guillorme or Ty Kelly coming up in that situation. If maybe Nimmo was already in the game. Mets got awful lucky tonight. In a season of horrific losses. But they got the win. It was a great game. There's a great game with Stu and his family, and it's just really just top 10 day of the year. You got to say that. Top 10 day of the year. Got to do it more often. It's just terrific. Just absolutely terrific time. And once again, thanks to Stu Feiner for making it all possible. Yankees salvaged a split in Baltimore avoided further embarrassment, winning 9-0 as Sonny Gray shows he can beat terrible teams. But they don't gain the ground as the Red Sox captured their 9th straight win, beating the hapless Texas Rangers 4-2. Chris Sale, just brilliant game. Bartolo Colon gave up 3 runs in the 5th to get the loss. Elsewhere, it was the Rays doubling up the Tigers 4-2. The Pirates blanked the Nationals 2-0. It was the Giants beating the Cubs 5-4 in 13 innings. It was the Cleveland Indians beating the Cincinnati Reds 19-4. I saw at one point it was 17-0. I assumed it was a football game. The Marlins beat the Brewers 5-4 on a base hit by Sterling Castro in the 12th inning. It was the Braves 9-5 winners over the Blue Jays. The White Sox blanked the Cardinals 4-0. A's beat the Astros 8-3, and Ken Giles, who cursed out his manager, is going to be spending some quality time riding a bus in the minor leagues. The Diamondbacks the Rockies rocked the Diamondbacks 19-2. Ouch. It was the Mariners 3-0 winners over the Angels, and the Dodgers doubling up the Padres 4-2. As the Dodgers are now 1/2 game out of first place. Today's 3 stars are Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies, who had 6 RBI and scored 4 runs in their just absolute takedown of the Diamondbacks. Ivan Perzic, who got the tying goal for Croatia against England, and Jacob deGrom, who, boy, you'd take Jacob deGrom off this team. This is 62 level Mets. That's how good he is, and that's how bad the rest of the team has been. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Julio Cesar Chavez, one of the all-time great boxers, turns 56. And and also I'd like to give a shout-out to Pat Cambazzoli. I was requested this by his son. Happy birthday. I understand you guys used to go to a lot of North Bear games. I occasionally went to a Bear game here and there. I like to heckle some of the visiting players. That was my gig back then. I missed the Bears a little bit. The league was a dumpster fire, and when you start watching games and pitchers can't throw strikes and you're there for 4.5 hours, it wasn't fun. And then the food was terrible at the end. It's a shame that they let that thing fall apart the way it did. And now they're tearing down the stadium. What a waste. And we take a look back to 1998, when France won the World Cup, so they'll have an opportunity to do it a second time. Back in 98, they beat Brazil 3-0, and they were the host country. So check out the full story of Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. And, of course, tune in to Allow Me to Be Frank, iTunes, SoundCloud, as we do a special Tanks Tales looking back at the ownership of George Steinbrenner when he was with the Yankees. So check it out and have a good day.